What's going on, everyone? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name is Adu. And of course, what we're doing here is we're trying to build ourselves a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. We're about 10% there. So let's keep going and I think this year we're trying to make $250,000. That's what we're trying to do in this fiscal year. Okay. So hope you had a great Halloween last night. If you had kids, if they had a lot of fun, or if you're a kid, you went out, or if you're an adult, you went out and did stuff too. I don't know. Hope you had a good one. And November, and of course it's snowing here. As soon as Halloween's done, then you get the snow. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to get back to our style guide here. And I did a little bit of work here off stream, either or. And I did some updates, or I just did some, basically just did some the maintenance stuff, the stuff that we needed to get done, adding the pixel classes and the padding side, the padding classes, as well as the margins. So I added that here. And I did a little bit I just started organizing things into sections and just adding a few different things just so I can kind of see where they are. So we have the HTML elements here, which has your headings, and then the native elements, your paragraph, block quotes, ordered lists, and then the rich text, of course. Although this one's not so much native. So I don't know, maybe this one should go somewhere else. Maybe just its own, like rich text element. Maybe just kind of like the form. Okay, so we got the form down here. We have our heading styles. We have our buttons. We have our text classes. So text size, style, weight, and alignment. Then we have our colors. We have our text color, and then we have our background color as well. And then we have our padding and our margins. And we're gonna have to do something to make it look really nice so that you can actually see what the paddings are and the margins and all that. So we'll get to that. And I think, so let's actually take this text style and let's put it to a place where, let's give it its own section, just like the form section here, actually. So that'll be nice. Okay, so let's just copy, paste this one. This is going to be rich text. Styling for the rich text element. And it's going to be rich text. What is it again? Text, rich text, right? Text, rich text. Delete that component. And where is the whole thing? Here it is. Go down there. And then this part can get deleted. Okay. So HTML elements, form elements, not form elements, just forms, or just form. Rich text. Heading styles, buttons, text, colors, and paddings, margins. Okay, I guess what we can do, I think there's two things that are on the client first that we don't have here. We don't have the spacings. Don't have this max width. What are these? Max width full tablet. It says no styles associated. Max width. Max width. Double XL, XL. I have never used these in a project, anything like this. Did a max width full. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessary to put these in. Use these to contain inner content. Yeah, well, I guess. They're not even percentage based too. They're just REM based as opposed to pixels or a percentage, which I do like. I have to think about this. What else was I looking? Spacings. We don't have spacings. Spacers. Right. What are these? What are these? So these spacers, what's the difference between using these spacers versus just adding the padding class to an item? I guess they're utility anyways. All right, well, let's add them in. Let's add in spacers. Oh, this isn't forms. This is pixel, style guide. Rich text. Okay, spacing. Utility classes to add spacing within your project. And this one actually is only going to have one section. And we're actually going to do grid one for this. And let's get the same it's the same. We're going to use the same same thing as tiny and large and all that kind of stuff for our spacing, which is the same for all the margins and padding. So start off with spacing tiny, I do believe. And we'll give it a class spacing dash tiny. And it's just going to be padding on the top. Sizing tiny. Okay. Make sure I have the right class name. Spacer tiny. Spacer extra small. Okay. So I have the right. Oh, not spacing. Spacer. I guess we'll call it spacers. Just like they do, which makes the most sense. Spacer extra small. On the top. Sizing double XL, double XS. Okay. Spacer small. Oh. Spacer small. Oh. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, spacer small. Am I missing anything else for this class? I don't think so. Right, we just want to have a width, however, of 100%. I don't think we need to display it. I mean, it's displayed as a block element as is, so we're good. All right, so we do want 100%. Okay. Tiny. Extra small is 100. Excellent. Okay. Spacer medium. So say when I was doing these for the margins and the paddings, it took a ridiculously long time because when you are, I'll show you here, spacer, when you hit on the padding and then you want to go to a variable, you got to select it. And this is medium. You have to do it for every single one because it doesn't just do it automatically. So I had to do that like 100 times. Ugh, it took a long time. Okay, 100%. Spacer, large. Sizing, large. And width, 100%. Okay, large, X large, double XL, huge, 3 more. Okay. Okay, spacer, oh, spacer, double XL, sizing, double XL, width, 100%. Oop. Spacer, oops, double XL, get rid of that. Padding. Doing this for like every project, oh my goodness, it'd be a nightmare. It just would not, it would just never get done. Would never, ever, ever get done. Spacer, huge. %. And then extra huge. sizing 100%. And spacer XX huge. And 100%. Okay, excellent. So we have all that for the spacers. And now the last thing we need really are just utility classes, I think. Oh, right, let's rename this. Always forget to rename pixel style guide spacers. And then one last thing, let's go pixel style guide utility. Okay, so for example, hidden, which whoop. Hidden and then display none. Actually, sorry, I'll make this a little bit bigger. I was forgetting. I'm in a really small screen here. Okay. So what other utility classes are default? Right, actually I like these ones. These are really good. I'm gonna throw them down here so I can see. Just a little bit better. Oh, they use hide, not hidden. Ugh. Okay. Stick to the same classes. Fair enough. Okay. Pixel grid. Need a new one. Pixel style guide grid. Let's do a 4-column grid for this one. Our gap is going to be global. Columns are going to be 4. So we got a hide tablet, and then hide mobile portrait, and hide mobile landscape. Okay. And then for these ones, it's pretty straightforward. Let's get this the right class. So this is hide tablet. So we go over into our tablet view, I guess, and display none. Pretty simple. Okay. This one here, add this class, hide mobile portrait. Let's go into the mobile portrait mode and display none. And last one, hide mobile landscape. Go to landscape and hide. Excellent. Now we have, sorry, I'm just looking at the client first guide. So we have overflow. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind these overflow classes. Don't use it very often myself. Overflow hidden. Overflow auto. And then overflow scroll. No XY. That's okay. All right. So overflow visible. Overflow hidden. Overflow auto. And then overflow scroll, which I do believe is this. Okay. Okay, so there's a few things here that I want to see if I can understand a little bit more. So pointer event is on. What is this? So pointer event is on. What does this have? I don't know what that means. Let's see if we can have it here. F pointer, nothing. It's got some utility stuff. Let's see if it's pointer events on. Okay, sets pointer events to auto, which enables all click and hover interactions with an element. Pointer event is on, but I don't see. Is that in the interactions? No, it's not going to be in the interactions. Where is that? Where do you set that? Unless it's in the global styles? Is it hard-coded? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Not sure when you'd want to use that. Maybe if you're, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you're testing an animation or something like that, or you're testing something. So pointer events on, and then pointer events off. And literally it's just a class, and there's nothing to it here. Which begs the question why I even show it on here, but so class equals layer. absolute position relative, I guess, to its containing item. What's the point of this? This is a little bit dangerous if you're not sure exactly what's going on. Because if you just want something that's a layer, I guess. Right. Okay. Let's throw it in there because you never know. We're a client first, so that's what we're going to use. So its position needs to be absolute. Then, of course, it needs to be relative to its containing element, which is, where are we? Which is the pixel style guide item. So let's set that position. Sorry, not position. It's, oh yeah, position here to relative. So, and then this is going to be 0 all around, right? There, so it covers the whole shebang. Okay. Div square. What is the point of div square? No applied styles, so it must be in here. It's not showing up. So creates a class of div square which maintains a one-to-one dimension of a div. Creates a class of div square which maintains a one-to-one dimension of a div. Padding bottom 100%. That's just because it gives it the padding at the bottom. Ugh, I don't like this at all. I don't know if I'd ever use it. I feel like I don't want to put that in there. I see it because it's just going to take whatever the width it is. And then on the content, it's just going to add it this 100% at the bottom. Let's see what this spacing clean is. Okay, it doesn't have it listed here. What am I doing? I want to go all the way up here. Okay. Nothing there for spacing clean. Oh, there it is. So it's just forcing. All right. Okay, we need more layers. Okay. Ugh, now this thing is getting in the way. Okay, so spacing clean. And just spacing clean. And I think what that does, yeah, just the margins and the padding are 0. Align center. That's not a bad one. Now, is it doing a text align or is it doing multiple aligns just to make sure it's just doing that one and just that one? Okay. Okay. Z index 1 and 2. It's just 1 and 2. I wonder if it should be more than that. Okay. Delete that one. Delete that one. Yeah, I don't like the Z index ones either. What were the ones that I was doing? Hidden, bottom, tops. Right. Grids. We should do something with the tabs as well. We'll add it in. People are using clients first, then, you know, we're just going to have to do that. And if I'm going to do that, I'll add the other one in too then. Might as well. Z index 2. And nope, not align center. Z index 2. It's usually when I do my, like for me, when I'm working with Z index, I like to go in multiples of 10. So that way, if anything ever needs to go into the middle, you can do that, right? You can just create one like 5 or whatever. So in fact, what I might do is just update this a little bit. Let's rename this actually. Let's go to 100. And 200. Position relative 200. Okay. then display inline flex. No applied styles. Yeah, I don't. Copy paste. Copy paste. What are we copying? We're going to copy this div square. I think it's here. Div square and display inline flex. And display inline flex. Display inline flex. There it goes. Doing its thing. Okay, is there anything else? I think that's all the utilities, right? We just basically copy them all over. We did. And yeah, okay. So we might want to add in, the last thing that we might want to do is add tabs. Maybe. I wonder if it'll be necessary. Let's not for now, and let's just continue on with this. Okay, so let's make this look a lot nicer. So what I was going to do here, so basically I add this class here, this pixel style guide layout. Let me zoom in more. It's going to be hard to work with if this is zoomed in so much, but this pixel style guide layout. So I can make this into a navigation menu on this side. So within here, I want to add a very simple navigation. So we're going to add it in here. But what kind of padding do we want? Yeah, we're going to throw in our padding global. But from there, container large. So what is that? That's max width. Don't necessarily need that container, but should we put it in anyways? I think. Because we're definitely going to want the padding on the top and the bottom as well. No, let's throw in the container large, because I have an idea of what it would look like in mobile. So yeah, so that'll be okay. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Howdy, howdy. How's your Halloween? I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's so kind to say. I'm really glad that you like it. But yeah, those pesky clients and work or whatever, it is annoying. Hey, that is a success. No losing kids and no razors. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know about you, but our neighborhood, when the kids were out, they shut down like 8 p.m., like lights out for everyone, which was really, really early. Usually I think like 9 p.m. is the time that people kind of shut down. But I was really surprised. So the kids didn't get to as many houses as they wanted to. And I don't know if that's a Halifax thing. Well, last year it seemed like they went longer. I don't know. Strange. Okay. We didn't miss too much at the start of the stream. I was just basically adding in a few different, like I think I added in like this different spacers and the utility classes. So nothing too big. And then this morning I was doing just a little bit more work, adding in all these paddings, all this stuff, which I was just complaining about how long it took. It was like so tedious adding in each individual padding variable by hand. You can't just assign them to each of the four sides. Oh, it was really annoying. Yeah, and just doing a little bit of design cleanup now and just kind of laying things out a little bit better. So we're going to make this thing look good. At least that's the plan anyways. Okay. So I think padding section large will also work. And so this is where, yeah, pixel, style guide, navigation. And this is going to be a very, very, very simple navigation where we're just going to have links. Pixel, style guide, navigation, link. And we're going to just link to the elements. So we have HTML elements. Well, let's make this into, do we want to flex this one or do we want to put it in a grid? Let's go flex. And we want it vertical. And we want our gap to be, where's our sizing? Probably small. That's even too small or too large, extra small. Okay. HTML elements. And then we have forms. Actually, if we minimize these, we might be able to tell them all from here. Yes. Okay. So we've got forms. We have rich text. We have heading styles. We have buttons. Text size. Ooh. No, just text. And then we have color, copy, color, padding, margin, and spacers and utility. What was my phone beeping? Ooh, I just got a request for a job. Oh, that's cool. Coffee with a CEO event. A virtual event. Ooh, I get to bring in my cameras and all that jazz. Cool. Really, this is the first time I've had a client like reach out for work during a live stream. What to charge? More gear. I get to buy gear. When I get these things, this isn't my okay. So basically, what this client is asking for is I've done this before. I've done a live stream where they have an event and they want to broadcast it live. So I bring in all my cameras and all my gear, audio, all that kind of stuff, wire it all up, make it look super, super professional, super high quality. And because it's not my main business, and I love doing it because it's fun, which maybe it should be part of one of my main businesses. But anyways, whenever I get that job, say it's like $2,000, $4,000, whatever, I'll do the job, but then I'll use that to buy gear. So I just see it as like, ooh, bonus gear. Anyways, okay, sorry. Let me just respond to this this request. Hello, nice to hear from you. Great to hear from you. Yes, I would be delighted to help you with your event. Oh, text is so weird for business, but okay, I just let her know that, yeah, that'd be great to help. Maybe I should make this part of, I feel like basically a lot of people here in town know me as somebody that does events. I wonder if I should create some type of company that is dedicated to live / virtual hybrid event management. Okay, my brain's going off on another tangent. Well, I gotta think about that later, but I think, I don't know. I think it could be a good niche. It could be a good market. It's almost like event management, but not so much managing the event, but it's managing the whole aspect of how do you have people get to an event that are local and they get together, but then also to give a really good experience to people that are remote, that are joining in through Zoom or what have you. And in academia, there's events everywhere, ever, and government as well too. Anyways, cool. More work. I like that. All right. So what were we doing? Yes, we were putting in navigation. So what we need to do here in each one of these blocks, because these are the starts, HTML elements, we are going to put in a anchor ID. So, and with these anchor IDs, we'll be able to link the links to those sections. HTML elements. And then forms. So let's just go take a quick look here. And this anchor link should be able to go to a page section. Choose a section. And that section is going to be... Oh, we got all these other weird things. Name 3. Oh, these are like labels. Anyways, HTML elements. One thing that I noticed that's really crappy for trying to navigate within sections is you can't do it cross a different page. So you can't link to a different section on another page unless you hard code it. And hard coding is like the worst, which I have done within Webflow projects before. But we're just one page here, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so and if we just take a look here and hit forms and a nice scroll. Perfect. And what we also want to do is this navigation here should be sticky. We don't want this to move. And we actually might have an issue with how this sticky is going to work. Or we could just have it fixed. Fixed should be the same. Because sticky, yeah, we don't want it sticky. Okay, good. So let's go back to our elements here and let's do this. Okay, amazing. We're hosting in the same upstairs room. Sorry, just talking to this client again. They responded back and we just need to go over some details. Let's see. I'm just trying to reach out to her, just to let her know to have another chat before we go, because she's just like, oh, well, maybe you just show up the day before the event, and if you need more time. It's like, well, let's have a chat and see, what you liked and what you didn't like about the event beforehand, because I've already done it for them before, and see if there's anything that we can do better. Over text is so hard. Yeah, some business cards. I still need to get business cards, which I don't have. Very good idea. And I actually want to get a shirt too, like an embroidered shirt that just has the Pixel logo. I don't know if that's showing up. I'm kind of blocking, but just on the, just on the chest, like the Nike logo, but it's not as iconic, sadly. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool too, because this place, it's like an entrepreneur startup yard. So they have all kinds of businesses that are around that do really cool stuff in the ocean space. Yeah. Okay. So let's finish this so I can get back to work. And if there is anything else we could do to make it better. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry about this, guys. And then yes. Okay. All right. And that is, oh shoot, what? Oh my goodness. The date. She gave the date. And it was like November 7th. I'm like, November. That's plenty of time. I'm like, oh shit, today is November 1st. So this is already next week. Damn. That's it's not much time to get any kind of t-shirt or anything like that done up. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, there we go. All right. Shit. Heading styles. ID buttons. Text size. This should just be. Let's just rename this to text. And rename this to color. Okay. So let's get our anchor tag here, text. Here, color. Padding. Margin. It's not saving. What? We gotta hit enter or tab maybe. I don't know if I should pluralize or not. Could not save your site. Oh, my connection? And utility. Okay. Did I do this one? No. So let's go heading styles. Buttons. Text. Color. Padding. Margin. Spacers. And utility. What she's saying. Sounds great. Tomorrow. Do I have any? I don't think I have anything scheduled tomorrow. My schedule is open. So please feel free. So please send me an invite. All right, for anytime. Send me a Zoom invite for anytime that works for you. But not between 11 and 3 when I'm live streaming. Tomorrow, so please send me a Zoom invite for any time that works for you. Okay. So did we get all this working now? We got utility, spacers. I was already at utility. Margin, padding, color, text. Well, we could do some like navigation items as well too. But this is just for now. Text, yeah, that's good. Buttons, heading styles. Oh, rich text isn't set up. The only one that's not working is this one. And rich text. There we go. Did I get it right? I did. Perfect. And sounds good. Thank you. All right. So we are set for a meeting sometime tomorrow. Okay. Sorry, I was just even thinking there for a second of what to do for this event. Now I got it on my mind. Okay. Focus. So I think what I can do, number one, is just go in here for a second. I want to edit this. And I could make this section just a little bit smaller because I know I'm running out of space here. Pixel Live, it's very interesting because I was thinking of, in the future, if I have all these different things that I want to do and how to name everything and just have everything in the name. I have like Pixel in the name, right? So there's Pixel, which is just the main site, or it's actually called Pixel Media, but whatever. But yeah, you can have Pixel Live or Pixel Events, and then Pixel Live actually sounds a lot better. And then there's Pixel Pieces, right? So if there's anything else, like I don't even know what else I would do. But yeah, I don't know. I could just call it Pixel whatever. So I like that. So nice. You didn't copyright it, did you? Do I owe you any money? One thing that I could use is someone to help me out with the camera. Maybe I can get one of my kids to help me. Oh, did you buy the domain already? Are you Canadian? Can you get access to the .ca names? Although .com names are the best. Yeah, I do. Yeah, pixel.com. Who has pixel.com? It's domain squatters to me it's like the lowest of the low. I hate it so much that people like, look at this, $16,000. It's like, why don't you do some actual work instead of just squatting on a domain? But anyways, I get it. I get you get the money. That's fine. But it's just so frustrating when it's like you have an idea, you're like, I'm gonna get this domain name, and then your idea and you want to like be an entrepreneur and you want to do something, but someone's just like, oh yeah, I just bought a bunch of stuff and now I'm just reselling it for insane amounts of money. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Squatting is like, I don't like it. So at work, I purchased one domain before, totally off topic, and it was for work because I would never do it. And we bought our domain name it was ofi.ca, and it was just a 3-character domain name, and we had to pay. Oh, what did we pay? I think we paid $3,500 for it. Oh my God, I hated having to pay someone for a domain, but it was the name of our institute, so it's something that we, bit the bullet because it made made a lot of sense for our online presence. Ugh, but paying squatters. Ugh. Anyways, so Kevin, if you're gonna be a squatter, if I'm gonna pay you, I'm not gonna be happy about it. But if it's worth it, I'll still do it. That might be a domain name I actually might snag up. I might think of all the other different things. There's a couple other domains too that I have with Pixel. I can't say what they are yet because it's kind of a secret, and I don't know if they're going to be when it's going to be unveiled, if at all. So I can't really say anything yet, but I'm super pumped. Anyways, okay, focus. What are we doing here? Okay, so we have our menu. We have everything. I think we just need to make this look nice. I think so. Okay. Yeah, we need to have like we need to make sure that we actually highlight the margins, highlight the paddings. Okay, let's just start from the top. Okay. So these things here. So we have our text area for our class names. Now, I think we should have a style, pixel style guide for the class name, but we should have it for if there are like native HTML elements or if it's like the name of the actual class. And I'm pretty sure that the client first guys, yeah. So they do something similar where if it's a class name, it's blue. But if it's for an actual HTML element, it's like purple, which is, I think, kind of the colors. Yeah. So it's actually copying these colors, which is actually a really good idea. So I like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go, what are we going to call it? What did they call it? Did they call it anything? Oh, they just said is tag. Right. I got to get used to their nomenclature. But that is a tag. Okay. So they have the label for the regular styling. And then, oh, I got to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. And then is tag if it's like an HTML tag. Okay. Right. I need to get used to the client first way of thinking about how to style things. Because what I was going to do was just call it pixel style guide, whatever, one for the HTML tag and one for just a class tag, but this makes more sense. So is tag. That's not right either. Is tag. Right. So the regular ones, what's a regular one? This will be a regular one. We're going to have to give this, what's this color? Background. Can I steal this color? Oh, I need to steal it. Maybe it's this blue color. I'm going to steal that color. And we're going to make this white. How is that for accessibility? Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Break. Oh, it's a fail. Oh, shit, that's not good. Well, that's what they're using. Well, that's annoying. What if I... Whoops. Make it a little bit darker. So hopefully it won't fail. Our accessibility. That should be okay. That's a pass, but not very much. We'll have to... Okay, we'll have to put some thought into our coloring. Okay. So now I need to, sorry, I'm going to zoom out here a second just to see the sizing here. Yeah, we can keep it at 1. And I want to give it a little bit of a border radius. Now, should we put border radiuses as a variable? I kind of feel like we should, because I use that all the time. If there's something that has buttons, of course. If there's a site that doesn't have any rounded corners, then. So let's do that. But how many do we do? Oh, you know what? We could just use sizing. Or should we use sizing? Yeah, let's just do sizing. And I guess we'll see if other people start using this and are like, hey, you know what? I want to have my border radius not linked to the sizing, then we can certainly do that. So radius, sizing, and or sizing. Just extra small. Oh, no, that's too small. That's too small. Just extra small. There we go. That works. Let me zoom that in a little bit more. Okay. And then we want the is tag is basically just going to be a different color. And we need to get that color. I don't know how else to get it. I'm going to use Photoshop. And I could eyeball it a little bit. A little bit more on the purplish, pinkish side. Am I close? Maybe it had more red to it. Oh, is it more purple? Ugh. Maybe something like that. Let's see how close I was. Or I am. Okay, let's grab that color. Ooh, I'm way too saturated from what I had. Kind of close, close-ish. Okay. But we're going to want to make this a little bit darker. Okay. Something like that. Is tag. Is tag. Is tag. Is tag. Is tag. Block quote. Ordered list. and link. Is there anything else that's... I don't think so. I think they're all classes. Yeah, they're all classes. Okay, excellent. Let me look at these things. Are these... I feel like these are a little bit too large for my liking. Let's try extra small. Double extra small. And then these guys, yeah, you guys are going to go and then they look a little bit more like the tags up here, like in the style selector. Can't see where, I don't know if you can see where my mouse is. Then they look pretty similar to this. Okay. Okay, coming along. All right. Okay. So I'm trying to think for the headings here in the style guide. So I think you need to be careful with what I'm styling here in the style guide versus what is going to get cut and pasted into somebody else's project who's using the style guide. Right? So that's where I want to have as minimal amount of styles as possible. But I think I feel like every style that a user's not going to want to use in their own project should have this pixel underscore or pixel dash style guide associated with it. So then when someone is going in and they're looking at all their styles here, they can go ahead and delete like all the pixel style guide stuff, but it's not in order. But I guess if you go like this, like pixel style guide, like all of these ones can be deleted. But if there's an easy way for them to do that, which I don't think there is. Ugh. Ooh, we should call this the same as this. Now that I just see that. That was this, right? All H1 headings. I think that's what that said, right? Yeah. All list items, all ordered list, all unordered list. Okay, let's do that. And what about block quotes though? Does it say all block quotes? There's nothing for block quotes? Oh, just block. What? Doesn't. Oh, I just don't have a style associated to it. I actually called it block quote. Well, that's stupid. Okay, we need this. Okay, hang on. We gotta delete this. Let's just for now. Just just put it at 0 for now, just so I can just see if it shows up here, which it should. All block quotes. Okay. Let's do that. Oh. This is going to be just like all the tedious little things. It's just all paragraphs, all block quotes, all ordered lists. Whoops. And then all unordered lists. That's probably all links as well. Okay. So let's take a look. Okay. So each section, we want to have a margin on it. But do we want to have the margin on the bottom or on the top? This is where I get a little bit, Kevin, maybe you might know about this, where when I want to divide spacing in between the sections. Now, I guess like what I can do is have each section, I could put a margin on that. But then I think the way that client first wants you to do things is to probably just put a class of, you know, like margin and margin, like margin bottom and then margin padding like large or whatever to get your spacing as opposed to just sticking into the element itself. Yeah. But that's weird though, because for me, if I see these sections, I guess they don't all have sections. Oh, I guess they do. Because each section, yeah. Because my gut is saying, just take each section and just add that global padding. That's not even very much. So you can make a custom one for a use case like this. Yeah. Or you can make a class just for a section separation. You could use the margin, or you could use like the spacers and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, because that's the thing is each of these sections, they're already in a section. So they already have a class already, pixel style guide underscore section. So adding a margin to the bottom of all of those ones by just adding a margin, say I want it huge, then that just works without having to add in a whole bunch of extra stuff. Like to me, that's how I work and how it would make sense, instead of trying to bloat it a little bit more by having to add padding bottom and then padding, you know, huge. But that's just for those specific sections. So let me see. So there's a section here, which you can see that it adds the margin. Yeah. Well, no, I don't have to go over to the one because it's just on this pixel style guide section, and I could just change the margin here. So it's not on each individual one because they're all the same class. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's probably just me not explaining myself very well. Yeah. Seems to make the most sense to me without having to overcomplicate things. Okay, so right. So one thing I do want to think about here is our headings and how we're going to style them. Do we want the style sheet itself to have colors associated with elements? Because basically I think we have in our HTML, we have the font set, the weights, the sizing, and the heights set here. Yeah, it helps on controlling margins across breakpoints. Yeah. It's not meant to be viewed on mobile, but I'm going to make it mobile responsive anyways, just because I kind of have to. It would seem really weird. Like this is something that can easily be done, can easily be made mobile responsive. I mean, the headings might be really, really huge, but such is life. Well, I guess, right. Do we want to set mobile styles for things? So let me throw that back to you. If you have a style guide, do you want to have things like your headings have a generic styling associated with a mobile version? Like I would imagine so. Like, if it's on your desktop, it's at 4 REMs, but then if it's mobile, it's on a tablet, then it's 3, and then if it's on a phone, then maybe it's 2. It does already? Okay. Okay, yeah. So then, yeah, we'll throw that in then. We'll do that ourselves then. That makes the most sense. Let's see what. So they have breakpoints. Yeah, and I could see it right there, right off the bat. So yeah, 2 and it goes to 3. Yep. Okay, we'll do that. That'll be the absolute last thing that we do on this thing. Okay. One thing I wanted to check here. So all headings. So the color's not set here. So my thoughts are maybe on setting the color. The color's just black for everything. Yeah, I don't know. How much control do you want to give over to the user versus... I think, okay, I got to think. Someone's going to be using this, starting a project from scratch. They're going to have their own colors. And they're probably going to want to set the colors themselves. Basically, I'm thinking of the headings, because I know the headings for sure. Like for this, I'm going to make them black. So that's a given. But do I hard code that into the style guide? I mean, hard code. I mean, people can either change them by just going to all H1s and updating the color, or updating the actual swatch itself. So it's not like it's a difficult thing, but I don't know if this is overstepping the purpose of what this style guide should do. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to put... Oh, you know what? Okay, no. I got it. I don't know what I was thinking. What happened there? I didn't put it to H2. Okay. Obviously, I just need to use my color. I just have my color classes. So text color black. Yeah, of course. What the hell? Why am I being so crazy? And then I can have this the color that I need it to be, all the while using the classes as they're intended, as they're supposed to be intended. What was that? It's my plug for my phone. Oh, actually, ooh, I have an idea. No, I need to not worry about all that stuff just quite yet. Okay, so we have our text color, and I want, let me see if I got the hang of this. So we have padding bottom, and we want padding, I don't know what the size is for, I think maybe large. Now that's got 3 styles associated with it. So that's a lot, or 3 classes, I should say. So 3 is okay, but like, yeah, it's got the hands covering the eyes, might be too much. So what we can do is we could just create, I think this will be better if we go to pixel, styleguide, this is basically a section heading, a section subheading, I should say. Maybe right, because that's the main heading there, but this is the subheading. So if we have, that's not right either. Like this. Okay. So we want this color to be black. We want to give it a good margin on the bottom. Should be 2 or should be more? And then if we go, where do we have those again? We have them here. No, that's different. Oh, this is inside rich text. Okay, leave that one alone. We have it here. So subheading. Subheading. There's still lots to do here to make this thing look well. Now I'm just trying to look at just spacings and get things spaced out nicely. And then we'll look at typography and all that jazz. Sub heading. Okay, that's it for those. Okay. We need, what do we need here? We need spacing in between all of these class names and everything below. So what would be the way to go with that one? We could go to class name because we don't want to, what should we do? Actually, if we go to the style guide item, we could, I mean, if we flex this, and these items are going to display why is it going all width here? Pixel style guide. Oh, this is spelled wrong. No wonder. No wonder these ones aren't. Ugh. Pixel style guide underscore item. Copy. Mistakes. It happens. Okay. So if I flex this, it's going all the way, and I bet you it's going to do the same thing if I do it as a grid. And I do it in one column. Yeah, it's going to have the same issue. So what can I do to avoid that? So this guy here, I mean, it's displayed. If I go inline, no, because it's going full width. How could I avoid this issue? What is this issue? This element is 100%. It's in a grid. It probably has to do with the grid items itself. Oh, why is it doing this? Let's go flex. And if I line it to the left, there we go. Instead of doing this one, it's stretching. And then I could have my gap. I want it 1 REM. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So that gives us a little bit more spacing, which is nice. Okay. This heading style is tripping me out. I'm going to try in just one column. Yeah, that looks better. That looks much better. Then you can compare the two headings, or all the different headings side by side, which is nice. Sub heading right there. Okay. This is a heading. Do I need these headings here? I feel like I don't. Let's get rid of those. Oh, shit. It deletes the whole thing. There we go. Put them above the images. Same thing for these heading styles. Grid 1, not grid 2. Okay. So now these ones have multiple buttons. I would like for these ones not to stack up like this. So shit, we're going to have to throw it in its own container. Which is fine. I mean, there's how many? I think there's only one that does the combo class. Yeah, these are the only ones that do combo classes with this button. Okay, so we're gonna, oops, supposed to create that from within. Okay, so this is, there's actually a class for this. But I don't think I copied this one over, which I should. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it a utility class? No, I don't think it was. It was something to align things side by side. What the hell was it? Ah, this is button group. And then that. Right. It just displays it flex. Button group instead of. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Where, that's in the paddings? That's structure classes. Right, this is what I don't have. I don't have the structure class because I'm not sure exactly how to do that one. Right, that's okay. Let's put that at the bottom. So we have utility, copy, paste. This is going to be structure. Pixel, style guide, underscore structure. So we need to just delete a bunch of stuff. This one is, what the hell was it? What was it called? Button group. And it's going to be flex. And I think we want to align it. Oh, what do these guys got going on? Line it center. Yeah, that makes the most sense because it's button. And justify. So justify left, align center, the gap. Tough to know, but let's put it at that. And This is button group. Okay, so now we can use that, or we should be able to use this way up to here. I'm gonna call this button group. Aha, success. Although I don't like the spacing in between. Let's change that spacing. Extra small, better. Much better. Okay, Control Alt G. Wrap that in a div block. And button group. Control Alt G. Drop that in. Alt Enter. No, not Alt Enter. Control Enter. Button group. Alt G. Go in there. Button group. Alt Enter. Button group. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna have to have a different color that's gonna be much different than this blue color. So we're gonna have a nice, I don't know, just something that obviously you can see that we don't want to have them look the same as this styling class or this class name. Okay, maybe while we're here, what do we call it again? We called it, not spacers, structure. And we should actually go down here. Structure. Use these to for basic element structure around your project. And that's structure. Navigation link to structure. Okay. Okay. It's coming together. At least now it doesn't look like a ragtag pile of garbage. We got to do something with the forms. Make that look much, much better. Yeah. H2, yeah. Buttons. Yeah, things are looking good. Oh, this text weight 100. Don't use it. You can't see anything. Text line left. Ooh. These aren't actually aligning. Did I not? Text align center. This is text align right. Oh, this is supposed to be text align justify. But that's not working. Why are those not working? Is it just because of the container that it's in? This has is stretch. Oh, okay, because if it's not, is it probably not going to align the stuff? Yeah. It needs that to be able to align it because it needs to know what the element, what the container is in. So that being the case, let's redo that. Right, because I have this alignment here. If it goes to here, then everything goes out. Right. So let's stretch this one then. Is stretch. So, right, it's gonna do that for everything. I don't think that's going to work either. No, wait. Yeah, shit. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on here. So we do this as a grid. We have the same problem. Because if we go here and if we go, oh, maybe if we go to just this one. We can't set it for just this one, can we? That's using it for all of them, all the grid items. Okay. This thing doesn't seem to be working very well. Is this still set? That's still set. Let's get it back to there. Okay, we're gonna have to figure that out. But it's getting late. We're just coming under 2 hours here for the stream, so I think this is a good place to stop. Because I have in 1 hour I'm meeting up with the client for dinner, so that'll be nice. Seeing what's going to happen there. Always good to talk to people, network, make connections. Yeah, that's always a positive thing. One thing that I found is just always getting yourself out there, always willing to talk to people, and meet with people is a really good thing for business. So don't ever be afraid to do that. I guess is that the lesson of the day? I don't know. There's no lesson of the day today. All right. So tomorrow we're going to come back. We're going to get right back into this, the style guide. I thought, for sure that we get it done like today, but I think it's got to be done this weekend. If it's not done by Friday, I'm going to work all weekend to have the style guide 100% done, because it needs to get done, because we need to start making a template, even if it is just our first naked flow template, which we want to do. So, all right, with that, thank you so much for watching. Thanks, Kevin, for joining. Much appreciate the comments, as always. And everyone else, or just everyone, obviously, have yourself a fantastic day. And we'll see you here right back again tomorrow for a brand new stream. Until then, have a good night.